Good morning, collective. I said that what I always say. Uh, let the sun shine through, and I would say grand rising. Grand has the number 12. Everything is the 12, and I'm going to say that everything the 12 is 144, and I'm giving you uh, protection that was given, that was gave for me. So if it's for me, I sent out the information. That means that those numbers, it's about you, the collective. You know, when you get blessed and highly favored, and you have gifts, and you know some things, and you give it to other people, so that means it's not for yourself. It's for giving, not to be taken though before that a thought before it came through the mouth. That means if somebody else, if somebody come into your Akashic records, which is your brain, your head, they come in your stem and probed you, and before you was able to say something, and they already took it. I'm gonna give you some movies, and the movies I'm gonna give you is to go on Wonder Woman, and go on Wonder Woman and go look at the Disco, or it's called Disco Devil. Okay, and the other one is about, it's two. It's on the third. I believe it's one, two, three, and four. On this third one, it's the Skrill. You can go look on that, and it has a lot of information. It has to do with something that particular. We have different type of Star Wars, okay, for real. And if you ever watch Star Trek, you got different things of Star Wars. It tells you it's a whole types of planets of Earth is a baby. You know, she's a baby. Now, it's a whole lot of galaxy out here. And to my understanding, it takes a person that has that type of mindset to believe in certain things and don't. So we have a delusion or illusion. Delusion, separation of delusion, okay, of illusion, okay? Or it is some people that have different type of realms of realms, okay? That means remembering too. It has to do with dream state. Also, it has to do with illusional. Also, is illuminated, and also some things are hidden. And when you're dealing with a lot of knowledge, a lot of knowledge has to do with the snake. Snake is the serpent. Serpent is the knowledge of it. And when you're dealing with the knowledge and that type of knowledge in your family and your ancestors, to be honest with you, the serpent is the knowing. They know how to do it. Some of them have gifts that don't even know wait, I'm put it like this. Some of them is not to remember some things, and some was here to remembering what happened about the knowledge that you've done for years ago. Now, if anybody, you stay number one book, that's your business. But sometimes the vision is for a gift for someone had gave the information to download it down from somebody up there. That means that somebody can see your vision different from other people. It's not that you more than another. It's just use your gifts. And some people don't like it. Or somebody knew what you done a long time ago. I would say last summer. Last summer could be past. Some people may know of your past of what you done before. Then they have a little nervous. Or they may have a problem because you're not doing the same thing you did before, because they need that gift because you have a gift. Is it to come to cause havoc? Or you coming here to be negative? Or you coming to be as a positive? Or you trying to transform from what was and be committed to what you said you was going to do? My job in the collective is for the collective to understanding that we are in the same but different, unique gifts. But we're here to be understanding of, to remember things that was past, to understanding of the karmic of justice or just justice. So I'm going to talk about that Okay. First of all, let's give all your ancestors what you're supposed to do. Let's do it like here. I'll say, uh, I set an intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from the tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places, guardians of the four corners, mother in the earth, father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, and I call on you and welcome you here and now. Let's get along here. We all okay. Let's be honestly, everything that in this earth was Babylon known, and that's the different language. Okay, let's be real. Now, I understand that people don't use the Bible. People use a different type of practices. This is your welcome here. Okay, I'm not no, I'm not in the Bible up there doctrine and putting everything in there, but it's all living. Okay, and I ain't coming against to it because it's living. But understand about the languages was dead in the first place. Okay, let's be real. Okay, so different languages are different. But like I said, it's for everybody to get their understanding, not to pinpoint on who, what, who shotgun. The point of it is be free within. Learn your own craft and your practices of what was being given, and be intentions what you're giving out to the collective. Me, I'm coming from to lift up from stuff that failed, that brings back up, transform into light. And light goes first, and behind is the soul. My soul don't go in front. My light go first. I mean, my spirit go first, and what come behind it. Not the behind of the soul go first before the light. I don't need something behind my butt that's in front, and then my head is backwards. See, I don't need that. Okay, I need the light, the spirit first. Okay. Now, what I do is open both. I give a negative I give the negative part and then the positive. That's a scale. That's gonna balance it. You have a choice what your intentions, what you want to do in this life. I have mine. I said it out. I already said it, and there it is, and there it's so. Now, now I'm just gonna be real. So let's go in this movie. Now, on this particular one, Disco Devil, I went through something in 2018. I was getting myself first. But how would I be able to tell somebody unless I've already went through it? But it's about the collective. Now, this something might happen now. You know, stories has to tell the story, but also it's about the collective that's going on right now. This collective, I'm not giving no name. I'm gonna give numbers, and that is it, because there's not gonna be a zodiac sign on this particular video. Okay, so this is not will be that, but I will give numbers though that give the understanding though. So I don't even know what this will call. I would know later on. But let's get on here. Now, okay, so we're talking about a devil, a disco devil. Okay, this disco devil is about a person that has psyche. It's a psyche, and so the P's. Now you got the P. Remember about these P's, and I always said the last video was about the positive P's and negative P's. Okay, and a positive. Now, when you have psychic, and these are gifts, and how a person can take just a touch of somebody and take their thoughts that they was thinking and take it and transform it from themselves. Okay. So now that you're understanding that we're at a time of age. These are stars, right? We have so much that's been downloaded all right now. Everybody got their gifts. Everybody got their own Saturn turns, Jupiter turns. You got all your gifts that's been returned back to you, okay? This has been a time of age. We went from all of that, now we're becoming new, transform, rebirth. And this is what this is about. Your energy that's been given. Now, you know, when you have that type of energy, your light is so beaming everywhere, and everybody wants around you. And then when around you, they stay around it too long, and they want to take your energy. They always around. You'll know all of a sudden you are nervous and stuff, and you'll know it's like where you been around. That person around you have either negative energy. Okay, and the reason why you've been around them and they didn't took some of your energy and took it to them. We're talking about transform, how a person can take the energy from another person. We're talking about negative and a positive. It's the same thing as a battery. In the school, when you was in elementary, it'll tell you about the batteries. You got a positive and negative. It's a battery in here. You got left and right. And it tells you about the angel and the devil, left and right. So also, we're going to talk about 33s and 33s. Which we're going to talk about 6 and 6 split. We're talking about division. Okay, in between the division is 6 and 6. As the numbers are told of the 6 of the relationship of a 12. And 12 is to me, it's the 12th house, depending on which 12th house in your own chart. But my understanding, I'm going to talk about 9th house. The 9th house is going to me is about Sagittarius. Okay, that depends on which one it is. You go figure out what's your stuff in your natal chart and your zodiac sign, your house's placements that's in the planets and this that's been given. We got heavens and earth, and all is all together. So if one's, let me say about this. Let's talk about division. Division has to do with divide. It also has to do with dive in. And divination has to dive in. So something has to do with water and the earth. Okay? That means water has to do with emotion. Also, it has purify. Also, it has a lot to do with things about you. And if you have a water trait that's in your zodiac, your natal chart, okay? And depends on your zodiac of your sign, could be that you could be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. Depends on that, right? So now let's be real. And then we're talking about Earth, then you're talking about Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Now, let me say this. If you come from different types of practices because this is what it is. Divination has to do with anything that you practice. Also, practice has to do with those P's, right? Practical. Also, it could be something else. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest. I'm at the time that I'm not being stuck. Divination has started with the Bible. It started with there. And there it is. So I said it. Because I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I never thought being that you come in your family, they come in your own information, what you do in your life, and you got different people are watching what you do. I never thought that I was watching because that I was gift to something and other people used it for my daily task to use it to come against me. And like I said, you got people that have different people that have powers be. And like I said, I don't hurt nobody. I try not to hurt nobody, but I got people that come in tuning what I was doing to try to stop what my gifts, my destination, if that makes sense. Then you have to understand what is a delusion or illusion, or is it a different things that you've been gifted. So how is that? Either they try to predestine your stuff, to try to come into fear and cause problems, to put you as a fear monger and transfer their energy to you. Let's get back to this disco devil. Now, collector, let's talk about this. So Wonder Woman, she's always about the earth, and she's about trying. She goes all over the world, and she does her job. Mm-hmm. She comes from an island that is being off the record, what they call a rectical, meaning out of the environment from Earth. I mean, she comes from coming in and come out of a different island. But you go and find out the information. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much. You go do your job about different islands that were long around the world. I guess I would call you different islands of different lands now. And these islands were not like out of the I guess it's called a Bermuda, out of that. And maybe that will get some understanding on. I'm gonna leave that alone. But let me just say, you have people that come in and come out. At a point in time, being in education, you get some information, and some of the education that I noticed that when I was young, that education has been taken away from some of these youngsters or young children that's in education right now. It's been like a lot of things has been taken away. It's been put them more as more of computer analytics, different things of tech for the children now. It's different than it was paper writing. and arithmetic, and they would say more of a comprehension. I think they still do comprehension, but it's different as a digital type of education and how they use it with devices now. We had it as well, but let's get understanding what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of things that these children don't have what we had a long time ago. More of a education, more dwelling in the brain, more than another way of how to download. Moving on. Now, it's nothing wrong with it. It's all good. It's just given the energy has been changed. Doesn't mean that it's negative. It's just what I've seen. Now, this particular about this guy, every time he was a psychic and he had a group, and at a point in time this other guy basically they didn't get along, right? And of a sudden I believe that he kept using behind the scenes and using his gifts. And sometimes when you're a psychic, you're a little different, you know. You be knowing a little more than other people, and then when you do that, you give a little gift, and they end up some things you tell them something, and then it end up happens, and then they kind of like something wrong with you, and they don't want to be around you because either 9 or 10 because they don't want you to know who they really are. That's the real thing. They don't want to know that you will know about what they do. They mean you already ahead, okay? And they don't like it, okay? But this particular, now they was at a school for a psychic, right? Now, later on, the guy was using gifts. This is how he would make money. They had their own little what I call it, their own group. They doppelgangers, right? And they depended. It was a woman and a guy and other people. They were using the psychic. That means this psychic was a person had gifts, and what they did was transform of their knowledge and transfer. It's like pulling away from the energy and gave it to them, and that person was empty. They couldn't remember nothing. Okay, that's what's going on right now. People are not to remember stuff because somebody's stealing it. Somebody came in, and took it. They took the dream. You know, somebody come and take your stolen vision. That's that's unlawful. It is wrong. It's law. That somebody took their rights. They took and stolen the thought that they had, and they took it away. That's what we're in this energy. These people are using the gifts that they have and still stealing the energy instead of doing it, going to steal it. It's still a stolen. You can still use that and take that energy. We're talking about transferring spirits. Okay, that is your thought, and somebody take it and give it to themselves. And then you left empty or can't remember something because they've already been stealing your energy. You start acting nervous and stuff, people around you, it's because of monitor spirits. So that's one of them. And then the other one is called Skrill. Skrill came down, it's like it's some type of alien. And these were silver suits or whatever, and they particularly came down, and their job was to take all the memory and use a third eye, like an egg that was placed on somebody else of their third eye of their forehead, and to use the information and took it from them. They took took the person that they were in a state of like a spiritually dead. Couldn't think nothing. They was just there. It's like a body, but couldn't remember nothing. And they took all of that information and became as them, as before the person they put on the place on the forehead. They took that information, the whole body of everything within one. So that's like transferring the spirit, the whole thing, and that being as the other person. It's real. I call it gorillas. And there's a reason for that. You can go why I'm saying it's a slang of word, but you can figure out what it is. A person, that gorilla, that's like a person is a gorilla. You don't want to mess with a gorilla. You don't want to deal with that. But if it's skrilling, that means taking a hold of everything and replacement. It's a replacement. Remove you and replace another person. So this card today, the first card I had here was justice. Okay, justice. Okay, now justice, it has to do with it's about the scale. It's the sword and the scale. If you look at her, she has an angel. It's an angel wings. Okay, so now I'll put that right here. Now it's justice, and it's a sword. Okay, and it's the air. You know, air sign. Okay, so air is that is Gemini. Excuse me, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Okay, that's the scale, and it's about, to my understanding, this particular one is about past. So this is about past, past then. It's about you. Number one is the first, yourself. Yourself is what have passed of what happened in your justice collective. So this is about the collection. We're going to start with Libra, okay? Now what that is, now up under there, I got the 8 of air. And it's another angel, okay? Now they got wings, okay? Now I have here is, to me, look like moon. Like this air, it has moon and it has feathers. Look like the feathers look like it's been plucked. You know, I've been on that pluck thing for a while about angels, because this thing, like, people are plucking feathers off of something that is yours, okay? That'll be you, okay? Being that your feathers is right there, it's about the air. Okay, look like feathers is right there, and they sitting on a cloud. She is. Now let's get understanding. Now you see it's a woman, and if the functions of that, that means that angels. Okay, now it could be a male, but I just wanted to make sure that this is a collective. Now this could be, you can just change it to your own self. Okay, it's feminine or masculine. Okay, but this particular is about a strength. This particular is a winged. She has wings. He has wings, and 8 of the air. Okay, so that means to have a lot of strength. And 8th house is the Pluto. It's Pluto with Scorpio, and still air. Now, but this particular one has to do with speaking. Okay, so now when you're dealing with watery, like I say, Scorpio has to do with water. So this particular must have another placement. So this maybe have a lot of Leo traits, and also Scorpio is watery. So it could be say Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, and excuse me. Say Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. There you go. So it can have that they have different type of houses on here, but the water. But this is about air. Air has to do. That means grounding. So this is earth. This will be water, and also in air. And this would be of the 8 of air. Okay, and that is about speaking. Now let's get on here about justice. I'm gonna read. I got this book, these cards. I thought it was real nice, and I was trying to always find something balanced. Everything I try to find something is balancing about it. But remember, justice is about the justice was balanced. If it's good justice or it's karmic justice, which one is it? You know, I know this particular one. This was had to do with karmic, but it was a reason for this particular card. And not too much like, I don't like that, but it is so, because it's negative and balance. It is justice. So let me see what that is in here. 939. 939. Okay. That's 21 altogether. So that's been seen. That's like the world. Moving on. Now, justice karma is the law of cause and effect, and it play now as I see elements in my life balance out. What goes around comes around. I'm now seeing the evidence of this law in the condition of the world. See, nah, that was alarm right there. Now, cause and effect is what you do. Now, if this got to do with the eight of air, then it tells you this is about a particular of a Leo, lioness, strength, got strong heart, eighth house with Pluto, with Scorpio, and it has to do with air that has that be able to speak. Okay, and this is blue. Blue has to do with the what you speak out here. That is a chakra right there. The blue is what you speak out here, and then the justice you see is grounded, and also it's got the blue. She has a blue dress. Okay, that means telling you that this is about communication, justice. Okay, and about what you say and what you say. Let's say it's about lesson learned. I think the last video was lesson learned. Okay, and lesson learns is what you put out, cause and effect. You gotta be careful what you say about how. But what gets me is when another person. Now, if we put justice, then we will come into 11, and then we'll go in 21. 11 is 22. Excuse me, 11 is 22. Okay, so another 11 will be 22. 22 has to do with a master. Some has to do with the mastering of 11. Okay, that means a person that already mastered. We're in a time of age, and we already the masters now. Now, this is particular of the time of Aquarius. Okay, that means the age. We have an age right now. Now, if you come back into the when we're in 20, 20 has to do with judgment. Judgment has to do with self-realization about yourself and what you're about what you're doing and what you put out in this world, because it's yourself and how the judgment of the justice, of the karmic, of the balance of the scales. But my understanding of how to read this, the way that I different from other people, but it's about the eight. It's the strength of it. All the stuff that you done went through, all the struggle. You done went through so much. And the karmic justice, it either is you of the cause and effect, or what you put in this life, and it's gonna come back. It will come back. Well, point of time, it was like everybody worried about the justice of the karmic, what is going to come, and it's recompense, and it is the balance of what's been put in this world. We had so many people. I'm talking about my own people. Okay? We have so many people was talking about the recompensing, about what has happened and what had happened years ago. And I try to say, the Most High already gave us living word. Regardless of what you go in this world, you've already was going through the struggle, karma of the negative around of the snake anyway. That's the serpent. Okay, knowledge. You are already dealing with that. You was dealing with dead things which are coming out your mouth. Now let's be real. Now I say spiritually dead, it's about the person of a person. That has to do with your thoughts. And if you was thinking negative thought, and thought because this has to do with your ancestors a long time ago, that there was a time for you to get back for what was given from they done a long time ago. Okay, this was not. I have failed on some things, on reading some things that I thought a long time ago, but I knew that was already done a long time ago. But if you thought that all that stuff that you was a long time was gonna give it all back to you like that, not necessarily, because you was already living. You already had the gift anyway. You had a choice. A choice is a person that you had a choice, and you already gave it. He gave you everything. You had a choice of which one you wanted to go, positive, negative. This is about the eighth, and this is about karma. What goes around comes back around. If a person comes to do stuff to harm you, go through. I know you're going through. It's the struggle part, but what comes later is a blessing coming. If you're going through something and you're having struggle times, be happy in it. You know what? I'm telling you, when you're going through that struggle, boy, after that, He's gonna give you a blessing and a rest. And that rest means that He's gonna bring every back that was stolen from you. But if you're looking for the of what coming, that's not how it works. Because you're gonna be worried about how more is coming from. It can come through anything. We're not supposed to be like that, but you have a choice. That's my thought. I feel like that. But if you always look as a light and look as a light and be light for everybody that you think and what to be, you're going to be all right because your mind is first. That's the thoughts and thinking. The light always shine through dark. And it cut like a slice, like a knife. And with the balance of scales, going to tell you that. Now, let's talk about the negative part. How you say thoughts is in your head, but then it comes out your mouth. You got to be careful. It's power. The P words. The positive is the positive, but it's power. You can be a power is positive and negative too with it. Be careful what you say. Now, you have sometimes people do things, sometimes you have to say, forgive myself and forgive others. But sometimes when it constantly, you have a war within your mind and thoughts and with other people. You know, a long time ago, when people died and they go to a rest, sometimes people don't rest when they die. They just linger. Some people don't go to the light. They stay in the dark. And they ain't no hole. They just sitting around here causing problems and havoc because they have not crossed over. Does that make sense? I know it's another movie about the angels. I think I forgot his name. Patrick Swayze. I believe it has a ghost. Yeah. Go and look at that movie. It's gonna tell you a whole lot. And pay attention because it's really something. But you gotta pay. But it has something to do with Whoopi. Whoopi and wait a minute. She was a psychic. Okay? And that is real. And it's going to tell you about certain people that have different gifts. That means different of realms that have the gifts to know about the unseen and what's hidden. Okay? And it's about the psychic. And this is what this about. I was telling about that other disco devil and the skrills on Wonder Woman. I'll tell you something about you. You may have those gifts to know about dead people that's already been dead. They already went on. But you have a gift that you can hear them. Yeah. And you have these gifts and you have to try to find a way to keep your balance and not to be out here like you done lost your mind. Because some of them, they'll play with you because they know how to do it. They know they've been doing it a long time. You know somebody been doing that a long time? You know, they can outdo all kinds of stuff. Be careful when you're dealing with different spirits. I learned some things. I'm still learning. Now, I don't have it, but I'm still learning. But when you're dealing with a person that didn't cross over, they just sitting around lingering for a reason, cause problems. If you're dealing with them, okay. Now, so that is the A. Now, next one is number 15. 15 got to do with the here we go. Temptation. Now, the justice is past. 8 of air is the present. And this one is future. Future is behind you. The future is behind you. If that's temptation, they'll let you know the devil is behind you. He's not welcome or she's not welcome in my home. The devil, he said, the devil is not welcome here. That's Bad Boys. And the new one's coming out. That's what they say. We're going to say, because, honey, we was waiting on Bad Boys for about 2-3 years. And we was waiting on that. The first one was good, you know. And we was waiting. We was waiting. Oh, my gosh. Now, we're going to see how long it's going to be. Now, I understand there's Bad Boys on the way. Okay, movie's coming out soon. We waiting. Now, number 5, if that anybody resonates with the Bad Boys, maybe this got to do with Bad Boys. And what happened with with them on the movie. That last one was something else, wasn't it? And it was the longest movie. I mean, it was longer than the first one. So it had a lot to do with that woman coming out that prison. She came out, she got out of that prison. But it had something to do with one of them to have from a long time ago. Ain't that something? Ooh, baby, they had to go in that Centuriga. But it ended up there, ooh. Doing them crafts now. Doing them crafts. Man, they was doing a whole lot going on with that. So, if that resonate. Now, reasons of whatever, I always say resonate because it may be somebody have issues with temptation. With a bad boy. Check out. Somebody got a problem with a bad boy, bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bad boy. Oh, bad boy. All right, and some music. I can keep on going with that. But anyway, when is number 15? It says here's temptation. I'm only reading this cards here. Matter of fact, the deck is called the Good Tarot. That's the Colette Baron Reed. If and resonating to that of her. I mean, she has a book too. There's a lot of things about Colette, and he's a Baron Reed. Matter of fact, the normal, it says right here. Let me put my glass on. I got everybody got on reading glass and wrap your head up and everything else. I've said to say peace and blessing to all of y'all. And like I say, I wrap my head for reason. And for I ain't got a problem with it because I always put my wrap on if I'm natural, you know, I do, and I also wear wigs if that resonates. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do good yourself. Love yourself. Make yourself beautified. However that resonates to anybody. And if it's a male, keep yourself clean, cut and make sure your beard is trimmed and look nice and neat when you're going out somewhere. Temptation is the material world is my playground, but I need to be careful not to be attached to outcomes. This is a warning to me to watch for excess and to know what's not healthy for me. When this card shows up, it's a sign that I am focused on the material or the realm and need to be aware of any excess or addictive behavior, my own or that of others. Now, this got something to do, you know, when you say practical is the devil, okay? Capricorn, that's the sign. You know, it's about that practical. We're dealing with that. And like I say, Capricorn could be the goat. Goat has to do with what you put on the outside. That means you materialistic, practical in what you put in this world. And what you put practical is grounded. It is this ground. This is what it is. It's the P word. Now these are planes. These are plans with is temptation though. So this collective, this is about somebody that's got temptation on what they do, they work, is what they put out into the world. And to be seen out here. Okay, so that's got to do practical. It's what you putting in your mouth and what comes out too. Let's be real. If we talking about earth got to do with some green. Maybe somebody need to eat some greens. Salads. It's springtime. Everything is new, fresh in here. So be honest with you, spring on up. Maybe you need to do some salads. Maybe you need to do some smoothie, do some kale, or to whatever in your body. It's like doing over excess of food too. I ain't gonna lie, honey. Now I'm going A to B, honey. I've been stopping here and eating certain little things. You know, just be honest with you. Not eat what I normally do, but to be honest with you, I always try to put some greens in it. And greens is going to make sure that you purify whatever you eating and to come out and push it down. And so it comes out, you know, that you're not stored all different type of things that you're eating. Also, it's just letting you know it's spring. Green is fresh and neat. It's like springing. Anything is spring right now. It's a lot of fruit, different things right now, but not all the way being as fruit. Fruit is really in July. Spring is just like you get from all the greens right now. Say cabbage and greens and stuff right now. That's the time for that right there. Okay, now let's get in here. So now Capricorn, that's where we is. Temptation. You know, I tell you about them players. Tell you, a woman can be a player, and one thing I said, but don't. If you messed up with a woman, she becomes scorned. She is devil, straight up hunt. She is over. It's over. It's over. Now, if you can't catch up with her, 9 out of 10, you might get your sister, niece, and that's trying to help because she's real fast. She's real quick. Now, she's real quick. She real quick. Now, I'm telling you, she is now, and it is a woman. She devil. Oh my God, the hunt of wolf. What I say? She's a wolf pack, or she a gorilla, or she could be something else. She could be the vibe. She could be the one with the straight up serpent. She is about to get you. Oh, what I say. She temptation. She behind you. The future behind you. Either she's ready to get you or she is in the future. She got plans to get you. Okay, and if it's a man, he's trying to do the same thing because it's about the function of it. If a male is put the function of a female of being scorned, that's emotional. It's still a part of a feminine. But if he's using that, the moon, then doing moon type of magic with the moon, during the times of the moon, we just came for the eclipse, they're going to use the moons. They're always different in the first quarters or whatever they use, and they use that because that's what they do. They doing type of practical, they be practiced and crafty against certain things. This is about justice. Okay, now we on the past, present, and future, and it's about the temptation of the justice of the middle part. It is of strength, of air. Okay, so we already put that. Did I put the strength of the air in there? Let me make sure I did, and because I'll be going real quick. So when you're dealing with Capricorn, the devil, either they're not doing good things or they doing negative. That means somebody is being a straight up devil. And devil has to do with a hunt. Okay, they hunt for something. My understanding for is about the hunt, then somebody's gonna get in trouble. Some justice, karmic justice is receiving back to somebody that's been stolen. My understanding can do it real quick because that is the understanding of it. Okay, here we go. Eight of air. Release from denial and seeing things and what they are. Now, see, now you got justice here and with the eight of air. Now, we got 15 in here, past, present, but the eight of air has to do with the present. That's right now. And right now is this person of this collective of this Libra, strength and Libra. Okay, of also, I told those three things. Those were that is earth, it has with water and air. And this particular, whoever, this collective has all those traits. And this is about seeing and being clarity and to understanding. That's the past. Now that's past and went from past, but this is in present, present at the time. Ooh, prison. Somebody in prison, something. Maybe this particular girl or this man is in prison. Maybe they're in a prison of their mind or thought. Okay, but to be clear, be clarity about what didn't happen in the past. Now let's open your eyes to understand you with some karmic justice on this stuff right here. Now this karmic justice got something to do with money, or it got somebody to misuse, or somebody has went and did something that of the rights. That means civil rights. Somebody in your energy is in some type of justice. It's a karmic justice. And so recompense is going to be to expose it, but you might have to do some work and to understand where it's coming from. This is to be seen and not to be closed, because this person, anytime you have justice and the next one is got to do with clarity, you're not understanding that the justice that went through on your past. This could be your karma, that cause and effect, and now you're not understanding of the clarity of what the went through of cause and effect. Let's go on in here. It says right here, and put the eyes and glasses to read, because it's about reading, sipping tea, and some tea, coffee, and strong drink, however it's on there, because it's about the glass and reading. We on the read thing, okay? It's a reading. It says with the spirit, it said with spirit at my side encourage me, I'll open my eyes to see things as they really are. And to be disillusioned is to be free myself with illusions that keep me from the growth and healing I deserve. So I bid. It's a bid here. Oh, goodbye to illusions that have clouded my vision. Honesty gives me strength and courage to face whatever I have to face. A bid is a bingo. Okay. It's a bid. You know, somebody put a bid. You know what a bid is? Somebody done put a bid on a bingo with another individual. A bid is a target. A bid is a target. Yes, that's what it is. That's number two, like I said, intuition for you to understand clarity about this justice about Number one is you. You the creation. You are. Justice is. It's telling you justice is in the house. Okay. They know all about the cause and effect and why you are in the predicament that you're in now. They tell you the strength of your heart and tell you about the Scorpio, who you are. You sting too. And also tell you about your speaking. Because when somebody messing with you, they gonna sting. She gonna sting or he gonna sting back. Okay? Because the reason, the cause and effect, they'll throw a person off balance. And where the purpose is to keep you balanced. Where you already went through. Karma, that's your justice that you went through. They know about it. Now, Lady Luck and the lady with scales, she always has the moon behind that. It's hidden because she know all about it. Like I say, we know all about it. And we can talk about Players Club too. You know, shout out to Burns Man. They know, he knows all about it. The Players Club, all right? You dealing with that? Or the player with a temptation? Because they know, everybody know about it. Everybody knows about the no-nos and the nay-nays. They know all about it. So, your job is to be clarity and not to be illusional. When you're illusional, is a person that these particular of a devil, she, wolf, whoever, she or the gentle and hide behind you in the future, they already planning. They watching everything you do. They trying to figure out which way to do and cut in front. These are particular about these devils. Devils is a hunt. They in there to do stuff. Why? Why not? I talked about the energy. You got light energy or bad energy, positive and negative. If they come and they use the gifts and they use for the energy, they take your energy and take it themselves, and then you not remembering what you was trying to do because it's somebody to interfere. Because interfere is to cut you off. But it's just like, they don't want to cut you off. They just want to take your energy and your anxiety while you acting that way is because they are feeding your energy. These are vamps. They suck. Anybody that always do negative, they don't have no life. They're cold-hearted. They're cold. Because they need that. It's like the Empress, and it's like the Empress, right? But the Empress is about her gifts and ideas and wealth. In particular, with the different empaths too, Empress is that. If you take that energy, that's light. But the gifting of it, you know, I always say when a person has a gift is something is the energy, and the with the convert in the narcissistic type of narcotic is their mind is narked. They don't have that mind in their brain. It's a certain thing in the brain of if any read anything about the convert narcissistic, their mind has got a little different thing of that's some different from others. That their mind is skinned. They always skin those type of people. They have that skin. They have a convert. It's a different things in their brain that other people don't have. And those particulars in their brain is different. It's it's cold. It's like they don't have the feeling part. And they don't have that feeling part. They cold. It's the selfish, it's the soulfulness. You know why spiritually dead. And I said that they don't, like I said, your ancestors, you be in here and you say some things and people have a problem with that because they want you to stay on this one side. I don't know nothing about all that anymore. I'm able to do, I got, like I say, we're talking about 33s, right? 33s and on one side, 33 on the other. This is double mission. You got two missions to do it. But when a person constantly always do the same thing, the same result, and they come back to do the same over and over again, and it's not working because they have never learned their lesson. Why they so busy trying to put you in a predicament, and they ain't even learned theirs yet. That's a person that's a cold-hearted, and they still keep doing. And you know what a person do that? That's a person that eat their own tail. They constantly eating their tail. You know what they do? They spin it. Because they haven't learned neither. Let me say something. While you point a finger at another, three come back to you. Those three is about the person, right? And those is the ones that shot the gun. But if you already seen negative Nancy's and all these negative factors of a Nancy of that thing, no, I'm gonna say Nancy then. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. I'm gonna give another name. Maybe it has to do with Nathan. Maybe a Nathan has some issues with on the mail. Maybe Nathan and Nancy. Maybe this the problem. Nathan mean nothing. Okay. Now, to be Natalie, maybe they got some to do with this. Let me say, what you put out come back. I've seen people. Let's talk about death and rebirth. I think the last video, that's the beginning of somebody. They get to see the other side of dark. And when you see that, then you gonna see the rebirth from it, because that's the beginning. You're gonna see the other side of other people, who they are. Then you're gonna figure out that people are devils, and this ain't no ghost. This is right in your face bone. They'll flip on you. Okay. When money come in about that type of soulish, about the perception of soul people, and soul has to do with the perception of the world first before they spirit, and you're gonna see it. And I just one thing I went through a lot, and let me know, this girl was like, look, there's another way. Boy, that was about me to understand about clarity about people. And then it start with your family. It's always your family, generation from past and present, future, whatever. It's the people, and you're going to understand it this day, or this whole living of that's a part of past, present, future, because that's what it is. You're going to understand it, because you get to see what they do after that about money. I'm telling you. You don't get your feelings hurt, but it's get your feelings hurt and just get yourself back up, because at least you've seen it. And they will be just like that. That's behind me. They'll tell you, can you forgive me? Now that's when you have to try to, if you can't forgive them, then it's a love from a distance. There it is, love from a distance. Then you don't have to worry about dealing with them. So you could be them in the transferring the spirit from you to be acting like them. That means run like hell. Moving on. Now, the temptation of these hunt, and we're in this hunt, temptation about perception and about money and all kinds of things falling down, and things have to bring back up creativity, and people they want to tap up in your memory of your conscious records. And why would they do that? Before you say it, they are already stealing it. They stealing them bad. It's like 911. It's a joke. Your town. Get down. 911. I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you paid attention, it has to do with morgue. It has to do with dead. If somebody constantly trying to put you in dead state, those are the people are transferring monitor spirit to you. Now, let's get on here. We talking about ancestors here when you're dealing with different people. Now, rims and opening doors, because that's what's coming next. We're going to talk about that too. Now, on temptation is about the situation is evolving, and it has to will help understand the flow of the energy. It's the flow of temptation, because it's about their own energy. I'm telling you, it's about your energy. Blues communication. You said you got to speak about this. I'm like, here, collection. This is about. Come on now, and it's about your energy. It's karmic justice. Justice is for the scale, and it says right here, as you think, so shall you be. Thinking thoughts and as can lead us, as represent a mind and thoughts and attitudes and subconscious. If they constantly using your energy, transferring your energy, and then you empty, you can't remember what you got to say, because they already stole it, your energy. Then they give you some anxiety, because they're using it. So what's your job supposed to do? Every time when you dealing with, I can say anybody have empath, psychic abilities, clairaudience and clarity of consent. That means consenting. That means that you've been given to different types of things, right? It's the gifts. But you always have to ground all the time because therefore you have to. Because daily, what you gonna do? Fight all day against to the darkness and negative all day? Or you gonna still live? You gotta still live. You know they're around, but you can't allow them take all your energy to them all day. You still gotta live. But when you know you're dealing with it, keep yourself grounded at all times. They keep you balanced. That's when you in emotional impasse of that type of energy. You have to figure out how to keep yourself balanced. Because illusional, they'll use the moon to cause problems because that's where they use the crafts only in the moon. They do that, okay? We just came from eclipse, from the sun going across from the earth, from the moon going across. It's to go across. But understand that. Understand it's about the time of age. Aquarius, it's the star, okay? And then when it went across like that, and this is the time. Gifts has been blessed, and times where people have certain people that was gonna be outside at night. I said I normally don't do that, but I was outside this one particular one. It's the second one I've seen one. That's intuition. Thank you. I'd be thankful. But I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I did anyway. And I was in a car, but to see it was something else. Same thing it was when I was a child. Now, giving out understanding, how did y'all? That was something else. That eclipse was something else. Everybody was outside at 1:00. At 1. One has to do with creation and magic, and that because magic is created, and you come from somewhere. And it's about yourself, past, present, and future too. All right. So now let's get on here as the messenger of the water. The message of water. Now, that's the door. That's number 4. 4 is about the doors and portals. And that eclipse was a portal. That's something that went in and something came out. Either you went through the portal or you came out of one. And that's to somebody else. The messenger has to do with water. Water has to do, that is Pisces, which it is. If you look at it, it's the fish to go in there and look like a fish. And fish is still about the 12. 12 is the grand rising. There is number 12. Okay. Now, I just said about the 33 mission. That's 6 is 3 on the left, 33 on the right. That's a 6. That's split. A long time ago, it was split. A long time ago, from Old Testament, New Testament, it was a split. It was a split for the whole house. It was the whole 12. It wasn't particular had split. Now, to my understanding, it's still split. There was division. Division has to do with de-separation and set apart. Now, if that's the set apart of this prophecy that the eclipse came back through here, it's about the prophecy of a time of age. It's about freedom. It's about freedom. That's all we in here is to be free and not to be stuck. That's what the prophecy is about. That means as a jubilees, and I get that about the scriptures, okay? And even though I didn't went through that, but my spiritual had transformed, okay? Let's be honest with you. It means that you transform from a next. But if you anything about the beginning of the number 1 book, it's going to tell you about prophecy. And I'm spiritual, so I can be able to speak because I know what I'm talking about. So there was a time of 4. 4 is going to give the message of water, which would be, like I said, Pisces. That is Cancer and Scorpio. That is water, emotional empaths. Okay. Aquarius has got water barrier with the land and be able to pour the water barrier. Okay. Got a little water in Aquarius, and that's a little air and water. To me, it's the elements, to be honest with you. Now, message of water, give the message. Message, shout out. Oh, baby, I've been in here drinking a little powerful little milk. You see it tell you a story. The story is going to tell you about your stomach. Your stomach going to tell you everything, what's around and what's around. It's going to tell you somebody's around your energy. Got a little gaslight, excuse me. And a little gaslight. It's going to tell you about gas. Gas got something to do with the convert narcissistic of these people that's been doing this type of crafts for so long that they feel like they can touch you anytime. But karmic justice, though, it is the rights of a person that is the fifth. Fifth is the rights. Now you have the speech. You got the right to be able to do anything. You're an individual civic right. And to me, that karmic justice has got something to do why a person is acting of eight of air. Because either the clarity of it, to see what really happened of cause and effect. And that cause problems if you don't deal with your cause and effect of what then already been sent out. Temptation, they always around. The hunt is always around. But if you allow it, then you have to ground yourself. Because they always going to try to take your energy and deplete you and cause you where you're not able to be strong and strength to be able to stand what you're doing in your environment, if you work or whatever. And then I talked about the six. Six got to do with that workplace. If you build, and this is a time for building. Let's get on in here. This is about constructive builders, freedom. This is about 2024. This protection is here. Come, and it says right here, come back. That has to do with Atlantics. That is Pacific and Atlantics. That is Atlanteans and extraterrestrials, whatever it is. It's the extra. Read all about it. It's very powerful. It's powerful. And it's like understanding of knowledge. And it's an analysis of great period of 144 casting stones on the start of a 12. It's talking about the Great Pyramid. We're talking about the triangle. We're talking about Egypt. Okay? It is a time of to be burnt. Burnt has been something as burnt is clean. It's like clean fuel. That means you've been cleaned and fueled. Then it's been cleaned. If you've been burnt, that means you've been clean and purified to be able to do what you're supposed to. But understand about the judgment in between, because if, like I say, negative on 6 and negative on Nancy's and Nathan and Natalie, it's going to tell you something. Some people then passed, and somebody then went on, and somebody then crossed over to the light, and they just linger in there. And these spirits be sitting here. Either they coming against you, or they're trying to cause problems. When you cast out a stone or something, these people throwing down rocks, right? When they throw the rock of a stone to a person, a long time ago, that's what they did a long time ago. They would throw stoning people, casting you out. They either trying to take you out and to put you in a dead state because they in a dead state. Like I say, spiritual dead has to do with somebody's perception about of propaganda and about things behind the scenes to cause havoc watching you to see as it work of the crafts they do to see if they falling down, if you falling down. But right here, the message of water is going to tell you something. It says right here, romantic attraction and chivalry. You know what that is? That's a person that look real nice. She's something else, ain't? Or it could be very handsome. You know, that romantic type of look. You know, sometimes I always put myself and tell some story about myself. But when you the way you look on the outside, people use the gifts, or you can use yourself and cause problems about how you see what you look on the outside. And sometimes you be so, your beauty is attractive to another person, and a male can be like that too. But it says seeing the best in others and heighten emotional awareness about seeing the best of others. I call in to fall in love with yourself. Now this is particular about this doors, and it's still a portal. Okay, doors is open the door. You can close the door, opening one. That somebody's going through a different type of realm. Okay, if that resonate. This message of water has to do with a person, how they look on the outside. Okay. Also, it could be the appearance of something else. And understand, I was talking about temptation about the devil. Devil is all. Capricorn is always about the appearance. Okay. And what they say. And they like certain things. And they see the appearance of the water. Okay. Attractive. When you're dealing with that, you're dealing with that's a watery and earthly, and that go across to be Capricorn and Cancer. You're dealing with a Capricorn and you're dealing with a Cancer. Can be other traits too. So if that's Scorpio, Scorpio will be a Taurus, right? And let's see, Pisces is Virgo, right? So there you go. Here's what you're dealing with. It says right here, fall in love with your own self. That's that is the Isley, Atlantic. Fall in love. Okay. I need to look for the best in others and honor, and even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from the self-love, and I knowledge that I am a part of all love, which takes many forms. Each is a exquisite. It is exquisite in its own way, and I can have what I desire. See, that's the problem. There is no need for jealous or anger and resentment or fear when I am love, and love flows into me powerful. Hmm. So, I say something is, uh, the desire is fire and desire to me, and then that's a music of clairaudience. And it is the fire and desire. And when you're dealing with temptation, fire and desire, emotional and desire, because water is emotional and is desire, and it is heightened. And you're dealing with, to me, it's about the karma. And this is the doors here. This is what went in and what caused the problem. So if I go backwards of it, the doors, temptation is doors, future, present, and past. And I go in the door and tell you this right here, it was all about it. It was the appearance of what you see. When you meet people, cause problems in these doors of the temptation. And when you see temptation with a door here with a message of emotional, it has to do with desire, then you already know desire has to do with temptation. And that has to be emotional, fire and desire. It's sex, right? It could be physical sex, or it could be another type of sex. Or somebody forced it, or they attached to you. Cause a problem in the karmic justice. And it balanced you a certain way. And that's why the 8 of air is causing the problems, because it's about some type of fire and desire. And when that a crafty person and a serpent, they know how to do certain things to cause you off balance, because that means they attached you. Somebody tried to attachment to you, or some type of cord, or to put into something, or cause problems, and try to cause you where your balance is not unbalanced. It can be, illusional after a pass. Sometimes you have to let stuff go to what it is. Let a person feel a certain kind of way. If a negative a factor of a person always talk about negative, you know what happened is they fall. Straight up fall. And let them fall. And don't fight with them. They gonna do what they gonna do. Let them. Because therefore they've done the work so much, then you can't even do what you need to do. Let them do their dang on business. Because at the end of the day, when they keep doing negative, on nothing good for them, it's only temporary. They don't stay forever. The moons come and go while they do their crafts. When they come back, they keep doing the same thing. And then, just get yourself together and ground it before they do what they gonna do. Especially those those different type of witches. Witches is a choice, positive or negative. Okay, it's a choice. And what a witch is a person is a choices, and you which one you use. There's an active medium, and what you use on your practices. It's divination, but it is diving of a nation. It means the earth. That means something hidden practices, and it started with beginning. So to each his own. You have so many people are looking for the energy. They either want you to be with them in order your energy is pulling from them. You're not getting your energy. They taking away. Either they want you to come on this side. Oh, they go on this side. You got a double mission. I'm in the middle. If I'm in the middle, the judgment's right here. Judgment got to do with the justice. Okay? I'm not in either one. I'm on both sides. They understand that. I'm on both. Because I'm able to this time. Because as long as I keep my light and my lightweight and not heavy, then I'm able to do anything. But when you heavy, you're on that heavy side, you already know. That bottoms up, bottoms down, and bottoms up. You know, bottoms up, that means you're going to have to raise yourself back up and to get to where you was. They got to do the go. So that, to be honest with you, clairaudience, when I give out clairaudience, it's about the movie, sound, all of that, because it could be somebody have that resonates of whatever. You could have watched the movie. It could be anything that come the open to know what's really going on. But I do understand this. If you always heavy, if you eat heavy food, then you're going to be very weight down. If you eat light, and that's how you're going to be feel. It's like float. I'm float. So I'm not heavy. I mean, I look heavy, but I'm light. Don't let somebody look of a fashion size and put it in a square peg into a triangle if that resonates. Because at the end of the day, don't look at the outside of a person. You don't really know them like that. You look at her and say, oh, she fat, or she PhD, or her teeth is stained, or better yet, she just ain't the one. But then when somebody else trying to use different things and up under their shit and putting people in little vessels and all kinds of little things they do with their gifts, they become an ass in on their own end. Because they thought they was able to still do the same thing that they've been doing for years and it didn't work. And now they you come ass in on the bottom. Because they don't work all the time. See, it's always somebody way long time ago before it was going to happen. That's a prophecy. He already knew what this is going to work out. Your job was to be able to change and transform. Because that's the change. That's the only thing we're here for. But the ones that want to keep stuck in the rut, let them be. Because they ain't going to change. They change because they don't want to. You change because you know it's necessary to keep you light. So, like I say, it's a lot of things, love from a distance. Because you ain't going to, in this time right here, it's all individually. It's about building your own self from all broken and dashing pieces. And we're only here to lift our own self up. Didn't say lift the whole world with you. You have to lift your own self. You can't always pull everybody on you and you end up in them. You pulled yourself up. Not the whole world came into the thing of a casket. And a cat, look here, this is like, this is a problem. If the Most High, and that was about your personal individual between you and him, it had nothing to do with the world. But it is, but not outside of it. Because the thing was about you. And knowing being the principles of principalities about around. Knowing that you is going to be in that garden all the time. You're going to always be there. They blend in all of it. But the purpose is how to deal with it and still be able to manifest what you're supposed to do individually about your building. Dealing with the snake. You're a part of it too. And let you know it's about the soul part and dealing with yourself and other people. That's all this is here for. Nothing else. Listen here. Double missions on both. Okay? And that is real. This is what this all about. Now, it's this is the age of Aquarius. 17 star come out from the 7. And this is what it is about. Let's see anything else I can see in here. I was seeing about falling in. Okay, being romantic. You and this man. I'm seeing a man and a woman, okay? Or it could be a woman, and a man, and a man. However, whoever, it's the collective here. I'm saying free within. I am not here stuck. You got your own thoughts, and whatever you do, that's your journey. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Because your free is your free. Not for me to tell you what to do, because I don't need to do anything. Why? Because your journey of your karma and your cause and effect, you don't need nobody. Your judgment is in there. It's already, he made everything. What we do, it's gonna come back. Whatever. You don't need all that extra stuff. That mean police and all that PPPs and stuff. I mean, that's there. But I mean, that's double. That's too much, to be honest with you, because what you put out in this world is gonna come back to you anyway. You're gonna get it anyway. Moving on. So it's just extra to add to the fire of the desire. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, let me tell you something. When people use devices and do different things, it's just to try to get you a lesson learned. You already got your lesson learned. But somebody want to add to the fire and make it worse. They want to see how the effect, because they felt a certain kind of way. You didn't like what you said out in this world. But it happened. But you was already getting your part of your karma any dang way. They just added to it. Because they want to see you. They want you back falling off. They don't want you to stand. They want to see the extra part. They watch. They don't have nothing to do. These people got money. And watch you do. Moving on. Okay. Now, I was on here about oxygen, and I think it has something to do with the oxygen of right now. There's different type of oxygen has been it's just the shifting of things. There's a difference, change of stuff. And about the oxygen, about the water. Somebody need to drink water, more water. Also, it's about that, I was talking about spiritual dead. Spiritual dead has to do, like I said, about a person that is only about the soul part, soulfulness. That means about what they do on the outside. They're not doing anything about the spirit that goes first before practical things first. And those are people about money, about what the money they had to bring in. And constantly, they only about that. Their mind is on that. Only not the spirit, though. You know, I watch that stuff. I'm not saying that practical is the part of a person to make sure to bring living in your house, but it's how you do it. It's the principles. How you do yourself and how you do others. Cause a problem, cause and effect. And that cause and effect is justice. But if a person is doing karma, we're talking about karma. I remember when I started, when I was going through my transformation of different things from where I was to now. And I said, every time I was hollering, karma. I said, what is karma? What is all the things so karma? But it was the justice part of the karma, cause and effect. It was so many people that was practicing on YouTube different type of things, and it was always a karma. It's like karma, chameleon. You know what that is? It's something has changed. It's a person that has changed of type of outside. It's like the shift from one to the next. And then I said, okay, that's got something to do with the dark times of a person of a dark of soul that's going through the transform, a karma of all of us that went through. And I was like, okay, this is like the karma link is a person that can shift into like the guard, like as a serpent. It is a part of a serpent because a part of what that is chameleon is. It's the changing of how a person can blend into the environment. And to me, that exactly what it is. But it's like karma, you know, and it has to do with your skin, if that resonates. Maybe something I do is this skin thing. That's the problem about it. Got a lot to do with that. hmm Moving on that. But yeah, that's just like it's about soul. They ain't got no light, cold hearted, you know, and that is got to do with reptile, you know. Like the chameleons is part of have to do with reptilians, but also has to do is lizard too, but also has to do with those Florida if they resonate to Florida because they walk around those little I forgot what they call them, but anyway, if that resonate, moving on. Okay, so you know I always say when you're going through a lot, it's always grace and mercy, regardless of the karma that you put out in this world. And those are two guns to me, two guns of grace and mercy. Because you've been through so much, you have to have some time to balance it out. We all have been through it. It is like it's time for to understanding with people instead of always trying to see what they shot and what shot the gun. But even though if they watching so much, they the one got the guns. They already got three to themselves anyway. So that's shot back on negative deads. Deads they are always looking for something to see if it worked. But hey, don't deal with them because their energy gonna be right back. You're gonna be acting just like them because they constantly keep telling you that it's dead, telling you about it, and that is a person once you put in that predicament. Now, levels of devils. You have different levels of a triangle. Okay, leveling up. When you leveling up, that means there's more devils around and causing problems in your environment. But you have to find a way to keep it balanced. It is they always was there in the first place. It had to do with weeds, cut. You know, if that in a guardian, and I say guardian, and I say guardian, and it's talking about the garden, and that these different people blends into it. They ain't who you think they are. They are shady, grainy. Okay, they like the moon. They do their stuff in the moon. Okay, dealing with people that hasn't passed, and then I did that one. Okay, I got that one. Just making sure of stuff that following. You know, peace has to do with 16. 16 has to do with peace, right? Positive power. But when the 16s come with them P's of positive and negative, and it falls, but does you come from 15 as the temptation that goes from 16. After temptation and all of the message of coming that water to understand about what was about is about the appearance and what and being the fire and desire you be in different types of realms and you be contact with certain things and you didn't know that you didn't know you was in a war or you didn't know somebody was trying to attach to something and with that 15 gonna tell you 16 is a tower and it falls down because it didn't work then both fail then you have to get back to number 17 then we're in the star and that's the time of age Aquarius okay just letting you know where the energy is at right now and star when cross the eclipse had to do with a star in the first place because it was time of age this is a time of age Aquarius okay believe we in a tiger another energy and that is another type energy of tiger I think it's tiger now I think it went for rabbit than tiger I'm understanding that different type of practicing this thing I know I've seen that I think that's about it I don't know what to call it. I don't know what the name of the title would be. Oh, let me give some other advice. I always give advice. Oh, I had some things about. I think I did that one. Oh, the eighth, the Pluto. That eighth house, that has to do with Pluto, and to get understanding. Remember about the Pluto. It says, "What is Pluto?" And Pluto is gone. The questioning everything. Now, what I'll tell you about Pluto, Pluto have to do, and why is this particular Pluto? They want to, for this is a dark thing, but it's hidden. It's a hidden thing. To me, it was trying to keep something hidden. The first thing is like something lost. If the whole world or this particular book or the information that I read, they just want to let this go away. They don't want to deal with it because it was dark and it had to do with the soul. Either they don't want the part of the soul. The dark soul is always it can be a negative factor, but it can bring positive of lesson learned. They either don't want this come back no more, this particular planet, for a reason. And I believe that's why. It's because of the darkness. And why the darkness came in order to the lesson learned, that to get the understanding. That's the last video I had. But it has something to do with questioning. But you question why. The darker soul. That's individually. Everybody go through it. And we all went through it at the same time. You see the difference of the mental. The mental had to do with subconscious and conscious. And you can see with the dark part. You can't learn that unless you don't go through the dark to get to understand it. You got to learn it first. That means you have to understand about your thoughts and patterns and what within yourself and what you went through, your karma. How it tilts you off. And that's what this is about. I had Pluto, terrestrial, about the trials. And this is what this was about. And that was the other video. Pluto can't talk. How do they transmute? Mute has a person as a mute they can't say. And if they can't say something because they dead. I said that. A mute is a person can't talk. Because a person that can't talk, they are dead. How they transmute to you about your psychic abilities. And then if it's spiritually dead, then they're not even on no light. They on that practical perceptions about propaganda of different things of soulfulness, if that makes sense. So they're trying to figure out how to contact you. They got to do with the extraterrestrials. That's talking about Atlanteans. And it's about the Pluto. Why Pluto not? Star child of a star. That's what you're dealing with. The force be with you. 1101. 944 is ending of a mess. Protection at all times. 44 is what I got. I got 4, 14, and 44 again. Because we in the 44s. We are in the two. It's time of building time. And everything of creation. They are trying to figure out where you're getting. They need somebody like. They want to use your gifts in order to put it themselves and for you not to be able to get the information that you needed. Because that's where they came from in the first place. Got to deal with the snakes. Abundance, hard work, vested celebration. It's about you and you. Your light open doors. You are the light. The age of time, the age of Aquarius. Come on. We are talking about the light and the sun. It means the sun and absorb it. Okay? And remember, the moon is reflection. Reflection has to do with to be seen. Also, reflection is about the reflecting. Also, clouds can cause problems and shade you down because dealing with different crafts and stuff. Because that's the point of it, is the shade of gray. Because what they do, they stuff in their twilight zone. Twilight zone is open doors, and they do it on the moon. They crafty on the moons. I'm telling the truth. And they let you know if it's hidden, or they either trying to shade you out so you ain't able to be seen out here. Because that's what the job of a hunt. Moving on, give you too much energy. They ain't giving you no energy. They stealing energy, and cause you where you're not balanced and you be anxiety. Because that's what a covert narcissistic form of empath. Break all spells. Speak good, positive, transform. And when they act like that, let them fall on their own head when they act negative. Because you're going to be act like them. And then you fall with them. I don't say fall in. Let them fall for them is when you don't pay no attention. But then you also, if you act like them, we all fall together. Then you end up, everybody got to build back up again. How about that? If that resonates for somebody. Energy, vertex, negative feeling, association of sacral chakra. Dealing of the stomach. That is the point of the orange. When you dealing with orange and the stomach is because they using certain thing of your energy to cause problems with you, but sending the energy to them. You already know they go figure it out. Let a man gonna be, let's say like your daddy told you, or your father said, hey, a man gonna be what they're gonna be. If he's temptation about the appearance, he gonna always checking for women and whatever they like. What they like to be. Don't. A man is gonna be a player. Is gonna be a pimp and a simp, and they are always be that. Because they know what they doing, and that's what they is. A woman gonna be who they are. They gonna be a Jezebel, and gonna be. You know when a man always calling you Jezebel and calling you Jezebel, it's because you know a little bit more than what they have, and they insecure that calls you a Jezebel because they want you to put in a predicament because you have gifts that they don't have, and they put you on the energy. You have to like transform it right back. I say turn it around back to the person that sent it. One, that's like one magic create. You know what to do with that. Return it back. Show the world you can do it. Don't quit, says Mama. Mama say don't quit. Mama say knock you out too. Moving on. Goody two shoes. They think you a goody two shoes because of the Jezebel, because that's when a man will say that. But really, be honest with it, had to do with the cumber. You got a little Irish going on in there. Go do your work. Go look at what that cumber, what it is, cumber badge. What it is about something for a clover. A full clover is a lucky. And if you lucky, you're a lucky girl, a lucky boy, because you just lucky of your gifts, and they got a problem with it. They'll call you a Jezebel, all kinds of stuff. They'll do that. Need a good swim. Maybe you get some water, purify yourself. Stay in that water, do some spiritual bath. Maybe you need to ground it if that's for somebody. Red jasper is protection for earthly balance, and they show us about that chakra. When they're using that chakra for that stomach, you need some jasper. They keep you healing whatever they take and replace. It's a healing part. It's part of a stone. Stone is a grounded. Go check it out. You're a window shopper. If somebody think you're a window shopper because you're looking for something, or you looking for something because you would like to have, when you're looking for something, it's just part of world. It's the seed. You're not sitting up in here writing a list to say this is what I want. If you are, but that's the person you looking for something, right? That necklace, that got to do with 56. Clear audience, if that somebody resonate. It says the male mission creates leadership and selective choices. The mission is the mission. Force be with you. 33. When we first did this, the red and the blue. And that's the same thing has to do with the matrix. It is the force be with you. You got 33. Which one you want? The blue one or the red one? It is the create. It's the create. It's the point of it. It's like one on this side, one on this side. It's like, don't get on this side. Don't get on this side. It's talking about Aretha up on the pains. Aretha, to come on this side. No, come on big, because the big was a big Bertha, a big Aretha is on this side. Now come on this side because she was so heavy that you had to go on this side in order to balance off. However, or she was too weight, so you had to get on this side to balance her out because she was so weight. Sometimes you have so much weight, honey, you must got a big old weight that your particular one, that everybody have to get on this side because you got so much power on this one. It's about the scale. And that's what about justice, about big Retha. Child pains. That's also, I like those shorts, those little, I love that. The pains, I love pains. Okay, I love it. I like comedy. I like stuff like that. It's funny. It's about life and living, and that is what it is. I like stuff like that because it's funny because you see what it is, past, present, or future. What it is, you see different things, and it's just life. And till you see other people, it's about what you've done, right? Okay, justice. It says justice lie, and it said lawyers got to watch. It says surveillance. That has to be something about somebody is surveillance. Maybe somebody in your house is surveilling your house. That means somebody the cameras is watching. A person is a picture, is a gun. I say this shotgun. Shotgun got the person that's looking, right? They ready to get you. As a target. Then I said a bid. A bid is a target. And that's intuition on 8 in that air. Moving on. If that resonates somebody. Sagittarius, they know. Smarter than you. They can't stop you. I'm a gingerbread man. I can't. It says like I'm a ginger. You know what ginger do? Purify. Ginger baby. You better sip that ginger. Go on and sip the ginger because you already, that's a communication. You need that. If somebody's trying to stop your speech about your fifth, that got to do with your speaking, what you say. Ginger was surely purify on that. ID has ID in the platform. Don't allow negative drag or connect energy, intuition, cut tie. This got somebody to do with the dragging. That means somebody is trying to attach to you and drag you down. And that means you got to cut ties. Get your codes, manifestation. Okay, now here, some of these are upside down, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go, you do what you want to do. So if you think your manifestations, your numbers, get your codes, okay? I already gave you 414, 939, and 44, 144, 2, 11, and 26, and 8, okay? And that is what the numbers I gave. I probably not put that on here. It's too much. Eclipse, moon, change of earth, okay? Has to do with eclipse, moon, and had to do with change in the earth. So we just went through that. That's a changing. That means a change time of age. Time Aquarius. Hey y'all, time Aquarius. We got it going on. And this is a time of celebration. It should just been a whole thing. I mean, every restaurant said everybody should have something free every Sunday or every Saturday. If that resonates, it means a time of age. It should be celebrated. This should be always be celebrated. They should already had it already ahead. If they didn't, it's because they didn't want that. Moving on. Moving on, had to be sweet like water. Sweet like water has to be the bee. That means the queen bee. That is somebody is the workers got to do the work. I mean, she's sitting up in here. That's all she's doing is getting taken care of. Moving on. Move next one. 922 is the reminder that you're never done growing spiritually. You ain't done. I'm trying to tell you, when people think that was it and everything was done, no, not necessarily. Because not necessarily caused the problems in the first when it started at the garden. Hello? He said you ain't through. Who said that? Who told you it was negative? Moving on. You still crawling. You still can't get the understanding anyway. All the words coming out your mouth because you think you know everything. And those are those ones I told you about them practice. You know what the 33s on the left or the right? Which one? Because you ain't through. You still learning. Moving on. Textbook. It means is a teacher in the 5D. You're being good or bad. Are you being good or bad? Are you doing both? I say double missions. Hey, how y'all doing? Moving on. Virgo, Venus. It's a Virgo and a Venus Mercury communication. I tell you, retro, that is something else. If you got that in your chart, and difference of your speech, oh man, because retro means slow yourself down. Hush, don't say nothing, be quiet, be peace, you know. It is what it is. Still gotta live though, but understand them. Slow what you say, be careful what you say. Bring light when you can. If you ain't trying to be good, just forgive yourself and forgive others, even though they still linger. You living. They want to keep you in a dead state, but you living for another day, and you gotta fight. You know I'm going to talk about that Friday. Shout out Friday. Now, this had nothing to do with no gun. They come with guns. He said, no, you got to fight with your fist. Grace and mercy. Shout out to Friday. Moving on. You don't bring no gun up in here. But your guns is your fist. You're going to have to fight for everything in this world. Moving on. It said a wounded transform. Psychology, therapy, yourself giving guides, influencing others. That's all we in here for. And they want a guide stop that? Well, whatever. Recognize limitation and overcoming them all. Has to do with they go that vigorous, negative. That's that name. Convert, venom. Gotcha. That's that venom. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that venom. You don't want none of that acting like them. Exercise excellence. It's an excellence. Excuse me. When you it's about the excellence. Excellence. I ain't saying it correctly. I'm not able to communication in the way that I would like due to the retro Mercury grade. Retrograde Mercury. There it go again. because that is a negative. And when it's negative and it's somebody want to keep you victim. This is T. This has got to do with a snake. Negative stuff. And how we do is exercise grounded to be excellent. And the person excelling is the valor. You become the victor, not the victim. Because know the T, they put that venom on you. Baby, you going to have to ground it. They'll have that freeze tag or heat tag. Which one? What gun? Which one? 33 on left, 133 on right. Which one? The lefty hand is already on play. Hands like yikes! They got the venom. That's them snakes on the lefty left. Neptune energy right on tune in clairaudience. Know about the clairons. You see, I see you. I see you. I see you too. We see together. How about that? Now, good. Are you too emotional? Who you? No, I'm not emotional. You trying to put me one. You trying to put illusion on here, but it ain't no illusion, baby. It's straight up clear. I see you. I see you. Moving on. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's time to say goodbye. It's over for all of that. We ain't got time for all that trying to put somebody delusional about emotion because you got empath, because you got a psych, because you understand that. You know how to use your tool. You don't need nobody to sway you how which one. You don't have to take your energy on one side. On that side, I'm in the middle. I ain't on that. I'm a double mission. I ain't got nothing to do on this side. Ain't gonna be weighing me on this side. Though I'm in the between, okay? They keep me balanced. Moving on. Justice. Moving on. That's intuition right there, okay? Pulling toward low energy worked out and dancing straight. Baby, this dance, it's about the dreams of dancers. This is the Aquarius, baby. It's time about the psychic, psychological. That's who we are. The P word is positive though. Power. Moving on. Tracking Bluetooth it says up under the car while driving. We talking about trafficking. Up. We're going back to Wonder Woman. She said, hey, it's something wrong with somebody that's trafficking in your own mental. We got our own rights. Now it's time. It's time to hey, if you're psychic, it's time to get your own rights for your own gifts because it's something going wrong. If they're going to do trafficking with child and trafficking for other people, and you don't traffic in your own mental of a probe of another person on lefty hands, don't think so because it's time for that's still 5. That's your speech. Also, is your visionary in what is or what's been given. We don't need nobody coming in your probing on your conscious records, messing with your own mental before you can speak, and they already thoughts and already they took it before you even thought it out of your mouth. That's tell you what type of power you got. Or they trying to stop it. Moving on. Tracking and still trafficking and I'm telling you what's going on. That's 933. 933 is an ending for things. Also, it can be a positive thing with 9. 9 is the ending of it and become death mean, and it says a beginning, but also it is abundance too, and that with that 3-3 on here, either what mission you got an ending on one, or what some people got two missions, but one is gonna be end on something. Moving on. I said I so. And it says, I'm glad trouble don't last always. Believe in yourself. It's always light. Stay light. It says, Orisha of a change. A number 10. Boom, a change. Change is a will. Will change it up. Change it up. Keep it light. Because she already had a listen to this thing. She was already committed. And when she's committed, she already is. And she's going to always like. And she ain't on that no more. She can move and transform. And understand it's all right. It's okay. Everybody don't always be the same. They change. That's a part of Transformers. And it got to do with them just... It's about the transform and that's what I call, wait a minute, Decepticons. That's them that I said about that That's the karma. Them still changing of a blend. That's the mutes. Moving on. Vortex of supply. That's what they want. How they use the vortex of a supply. That's got to do shift in the realms. How they use the supply of your impasse and take the energy of that stomach and use the next thing for themselves, and you become nothing. And you have that victim of all that different type of poison with you, and you have to balance it out. Stop casting spells on who? Just say stop. Quit it. It's enough. It's enough stars in this sky. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of room in the stars. It's a lot. It don't need to be so competition with another of a star. These are people wish or want to be in the place of what you are collective. Now, congested on number 5. If you see that, I need to do some more tea. Using too much cream. 111 is a person going to see opportunity to meet with good fortune, achieve a goal they have been working on, an experience of new beginning. Let me tell you something. If you're not able, if you don't have the money, and then you already got this bill, this person, you in the wanting type of thing. And if you want something and you start to do something and you didn't get all your information, that means this is where it's time to get your information how to be able to be as a builder. And you didn't get all the information. That's a part of work that you have to. One thing I noticed about building stuff, you got to have money first. And if you don't have it, you might have to go back and do what you had to do. That means you have to go back and do it again. And to be able to get the money and able to do stuff. You know, we have a lot of people that have grants and certain things you could do things. But like I say, if it's your time, it's your time to be able to get a grant. That means free. That ain't asking you for nothing, right? But every time somebody give you something, you have to understand why they're giving money to you. And then you have to question why. Because when a person gives you something, they want something from you. It be your energy. You understand that? Okay. Now, I ain't coming against grants. I'm just saying open-minded to understand what the reason why they're giving you free and what is the purpose of it. Because if anybody gives you something, they want something from you. And if they say they're not, they're lying. They want something. If that resonates. Good old boys and good old gals. The female mission creates Earth angel. And we have the Earth angels in here. It says the female mission creates, and that is what was here. These are all women here, but the male can use the function. Understand that. Let's do this. If you don't understand about functions, then go figure out. In school, was supposed to tell you what functions was in the first thing, and function got to do with the funk. Now, if you ain't got the funk, you ain't got too much. Move on. Updos is back in style. 90s. Doo-doo is It's a do 25, 67, 7, 11, 21, 8, and 17, 22. 10:44 to trust your inner wisdom and intuition and listen in instincts. Clarity, to be able to seek clairaudience, to understand about all the clairs of the psychic or empaths, to be time of age or Aquarius. You got all the gifts within. There's a whole 12. I said 12 rising. That is the grand. You got it all. Have someone placed in there you go, Pandora's box, or you loved in a parent. Okay, there it is. And that's the last one about that temptation. Pandora's box. You know, these people be sleeping and with everybody and anything. And if they put you in a Pandora's box, I forgot what's her name. It's the light. She's on YouTube. I forgot her name, but it has to do with her light, spiritual light or something like that. And I know I'm gonna have to go in and read it. Go back and look at that video. It's about the Pandora box. Now we got a book on Pandora box, and I think that's on a black box or something like that. I forgot which one is on there. And about those box, it means it's something hidden. It means somebody try to put you in a Pandora. Pan has to do with hidden things, dark things. Okay. Of a door, of a individual, of yourself, of a box. Let's talk about it. That's a cube. Let's say this. Somebody forced to put you in something of this temptation of this Pandora's box. And you didn't even know what it was. They had already have somehow been put a tag or two attached you to something and put you in a Pandora's box and you didn't even know nothing about it. This could be a male or a female. And put you in something that you ain't never done. You don't even know nothing about. You don't even know what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's karma. Karma justice. Karma justice. Masculine and feminine. Let me tell you about these twins, about the opposite of the same. And at the end of it, it is a negative factor because they learned from the lessons. Learn the lessons. Star child. That just popped right in you. You ain't learned the lesson. And now then you didn't learn your lesson is the cause effect, the effect of a person, how you deal with it. And the point of it is, it says I dwell in possibility. Regardless of what's going on in this world, worked hard for what you want, and because it won't come to you without a fight. And it says here, act of what you do makes a difference, and it does. This is about the union. I'm on a couple of these unions. It's about the masculine and the feminine. I went on here and just looked at some of these cards. I didn't buy it, didn't have the money to do it. At the point, it was just something I wrote for somebody else that made it. But to each his own. Sometimes you just be truthful till you get it. When you get the money, then you go buy it. Sometimes you just tell the truth. You got so many people always thinking that you just so this and that. But if we worried about other people and what they think about, when you won't be nothing watching about what the hell they doing. Okay, I got call it in. Our love is eternal, real on this earth and plain and exists already. This is principalities of this earth, practical type of thing. It's a man. Call it. It said, call it in. I will take down all your wells, and piece by piece will we belong together. This person is trying to break stuff down. It could be they trying to break your walls down. Okay, if that resonate to masculine, because that's what they thinking about. They mind only thinking about what's between the legs, and 9 out of 10 they ain't talking about anything about what is about everything. To me, I said it. They trying to break it down for piece by piece. That's a person trying to break you down piece by piece. This is what you're dealing with the masculine on this temptation. Because that's what his purpose was, to put you in a Pandora's box. And it says, I love you, I just don't know how to show it right. See? He got problems. Issues from past, present, future has to do with your ancestors or whatever ancestries of family. Somebody covered narcissistic is a narcotic. That's something that is cold. Now I still dream of you, haunted. That's in between. The silence is driving me crazy. It is. I miss you. I'm waiting for the right time to approach you. I'm not sure when that is. It won't be. It won't be long now. So this person is talking about it won't be long. Please don't be mad at me. And it says so. Now, this is masculine because it's in blue, and the black is for the middle part. I accept that which or of a choice. I cannot change. Release. This is like a choice. I cannot change. Telling you unity. How is the achieved without you, my beloved? The healing. I am the love, the light, and I am the divine feminine energy. I accept and understand of my power and balance in healthy way, and I release all the distortions of this earthly realm, back to the illusional that they are. Now that has to do with the divine feminine energy. That has a lot to do with the eight of air and justice, and about the message of water. She's telling you what she's about. She gonna say, I am sensitive to your wants and needs. I am listening. And I'm gonna stop there. Seeing like this particular masculine got a lot going on, and there's only one of the pink, and the rest of it is blue. And the middle is in the middle to give an understanding what's really going on in this particular about this video. Collective? Well, justice and karma justice. About the Pandora box, about this masculine, put her in a box and to put her in something and attach to something and cause and effect with her in order to keep herself balanced without popping off here. Because it seems like she popping off, and with that, transferring spirits with dead people and in their mouth, and keep saying they dead because they really dead, because they spiritually dead, because they don't understand. They don't code. They ain't about those spirit. They only about money. And that is what to protect them, as the practical of this masculine is, and the family is, because the point was to take her out, and it's in the way that they were doing it, it was not working. Okay, that means there was something. The prophets came in here. They thought the prophets would come in to have to do something with them about somebody's karma. No, they was waiting on the karma part. The karma was already they thought, and they fashioned it, and they become as a fail on their own ass. Especially when somebody at circle trying to outdo another person, when they so used to it, and they become the ass. Ass on ass. Because at the end of the day, you're always looking for dead things and negative every day, and you waiting on that moon, it's only temporary. It's illusional. They have to use that kind of way to do things to harm and try to outdo the Most High. But at the end of the day, the Most High is recording on everything. He knows about all of it. He knows about it. When I say HBO, let me talk about HBO. HBO has to do from the box a long time ago, and we had this box, and then you go left and right. And so many people have been used HBO. HBO then went from so many people, right? And now you say, I know all about the HBOs. I should know what HBO is all about. It's about you. It's your house about you. House bout. It's about your BET. It's about your inside, about your own tent form. And it's about the HBO because they got to do with your home. Because that's what you watch is your own, with your television, what you watch with your two eyes. I see you, and you see me, I see you together. And that's what the HBO is about. And for me, I always talk about HBO because when I was young, we used to turn it on and wait till our mom, she said, don't mess with it, right? But the TV, we had to try to figure out how we can keep it where that where it don't get hot. The TV be cold, but the box be hot. And we was trying to figure out how we could take the box and put it in the refrigerator before mom get there, because she told us not to mess with the HBO because it has rated R rating. If y'all remember that, that's back in the 80s, y'all. Tell you how old I am. Anyway, but you know, you can't fit, and you become fit fashion into what size, and some people don't like the fit that your fashion, and fashion don't like it. Well, that's 2 S's plus PHT. Tell you it's hot, pretty hot thing. And baby don't have to fit of the fashion of a pig. Because sometimes she's too plush. She got too much commerce. I mean, she got a lot of gifts. And baby, sometimes she can't put her feet and her legs in one, some of these pant sizes, okay? Some things she curvy. Some things she may have to have it done perfectly for her hips and those butt and her thighs, if that resonate. All right, y'all, I don't know what this video gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you this. Masculine put a woman in a temptation in a Pandora's box, and he was loving to put her in a position piece by piece. That got to do with putting stuff in veils and vials and all kinds of stuff. He's up to something. He already been doing it over and over. It's his time. He claims his time. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Because I think the purpose was heavy or light. It seemed like somebody was very heavy to do it. And the way they wanted to, it didn't work the way they thought. Or it could be the other. The double mission, though. That's like a lot of born if you watch the movie. All right, peace and blessing.